Hey superstars, it's your girl Malika, aka Miss Magic, back with another video. Today I'm going to teach you how to clean and cook your mustard and turnip greens, and this actually works with any greens. But first, if you are new here, welcome to my channel. Thank you for coming. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me, give me a big thumbs up, and hit that notification bell so you can be alerted when I do post another video. Alright, let's get straight into this video. First things first, let's get into making our good old pot liquor. I have some rinsed and cleaned smoked turkey meat that we're going to use for our pot liquor. We're going to go ahead and put that in our pot and make sure that it boils for about an hour. These have been rinsed and cleaned because you want to get some of that salt off of the smoked meat. And then we're going to go ahead and put them in our pot and boil for 1 hour. Next, we're going to get started with chopping and cleaning our greens. I have 2 bunches of turnip greens and 2 bunches of mustard greens. A good rule of thumb for cutting is when you buy the greens fresh, they're going to have like a little seal around them. Go ahead and cut the stems off from the bottom of that sealed rim, and then you can just go ahead and put those to the side because we are going to use some of that greens. Alright, next, once you have cut off all the stems, we are ready to go ahead and chop finely. We're going to start with our mustard greens, and we're just going to chop them into bunch, nice and fine. You can use them, you can cut them thicker if you like, a little bit thicker. I like mine a little thin. I'm going to go ahead and cut up my turnip greens the same way. Like I said, I don't like them too thin, but I like them thin. But once again, if you like yours a little fuller, you don't have to chop them up that fine. But let's chop them up before we get them all washed up. Once you got it all chopped up, now we are ready to go ahead and clean our greens. Now in our very, very clean sink, notice I said very, very clean sink, we're going to go ahead and put all our chopped greens in one side of our sink. If you don't have a double-sided sink, that's fine. Go ahead and rinse that, and then I'll show you what to do. Our first soaking is just with medium warm water, and we're going to fill up our sink, and we're going to swash our greens all around and make sure we get any dirt or grime and soot off of our greens. So go ahead and slosh that around. This is just medium warm water, and you're going to slosh it all around, and this helps the soot to soak to the bottom of our sink. So we're just sloshing those around, checking each green to make sure there's no dirt or debris or bugs on our greens. So go ahead and rinse that thoroughly. Once they've soaked for the first time for about 15 to 20 minutes, we are ready to go ahead and transfer our greens over to the other side of the sink before we drain it. Now, like I said, if you don't have a double-sided sink, just get a colander or a nice big bowl, and you can do it that way. But we're just going to go ahead and transfer them over to our other side of our very, very clean sink. And make sure you have your strainer in the sink. And these greens that I bought from the grocery store, they were fairly clean, but you just never know. You'll know how dirty they are when you start draining the water. You'll start to see soot and sand on the bottom of the sink. So we're going to go ahead and move those over. And we're going to start our second soak of our greens. Go ahead and rinse the sink out again, making sure there is no dirt or debris left in the sink. I use very hot water when I go ahead and make sure I get all that sand and soot out. Once again, like I said, I have my strainer at the bottom, and that way I can just go ahead and dump the strainer directly into the garbage can. Next, we're going to go ahead and we're going to fill our sink up again, but this time we're going to use warm water, apple cider vinegar, and we're going to go ahead and use liberally. Now this is going to give that extra clean to our greens. Don't worry about the apple cider vinegar taste, and also I like to use a little lemon juice as well. So I'm going to go ahead and fill up my sink again and slosh the greens around again, making sure I get any extra debris or soot that was on my greens and making sure that I clean it and there are no bugs. Once I get done with that, we are ready to strain our greens in a strainer. So they should be nice and thoroughly cleaned now. I'm going to go ahead and strain these off, and we are ready to get started on cooking our greens. Go ahead and press your greens down to make sure you get any excess water or soot or debris. And then once you got them in your colander, we're going to go ahead and rinse them for our third time in the colander after this. All right, guys, now we are ready to add to our pot liquor. Pot liquor is basically just the broth that is made after you smoke your turkey, boil your smoked turkey meat or whatever smoked meat you choose to use. So we're going to turn off our heat and we're going to go ahead and take our smoked turkey out because we have to chop it, and then we'll add our seasonings into our pot liquor. For my pot liquor, I like to add about 2 tablespoons of my Knorr chicken bouillon granulated. So I go ahead and put that in. Like I said, about 2 tablespoons. And then we go ahead and let that boil for about 2 minutes, stirring it around. And this makes this is a very good start to your pot liquor. We're not done, but I like to just go ahead and add that. And now I'm ready to go ahead and add my greens. Go ahead, make sure you have a nice deep pot. If you are cooking a lot of greens, then go ahead and pour that into our pot. Go ahead and give your greens a good stir. I like to go ahead and get these nice and boiled down before I start adding the rest of my seasoning. Once your greens have boiled down a little bit, I like to go ahead and add about 1 tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of Slap Your Mama low sodium seasoning. So I'll go ahead and add that, stir that around. Now I'm going to add some adobo Goya seasoned salt. So I add about 1 tablespoon of seasoned salt as well. Once I get done with that, we are ready to go ahead and I add a little badia, maybe about 1 to 2 teaspoons of badia. Go ahead and give that a good stir. Boy, now you can start smelling these greens and they smell amazing. Once your greens get to boiling, I like to add 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar to my greens. Once again, you can't skip this step. It makes your greens taste so good. So go ahead and add that. Once your greens start boiling a little bit, and then we're going to go ahead and give that a good stir. Now we are ready to go ahead and start chopping up our smoked meat. I love turkey tails, but you have to make sure you get these little plumes out of your turkey meat. And the reason why I like turkey tails is because it gives it that added extra like fat content that you need, that I think all greens need, all good southern greens need. But you must take these little plumes out. Then you can go ahead and start chopping up your meat. Once your greens start to do a very nice boil, we are ready to go ahead and add our turkey meat. So I'm going to go ahead and add that in. Like I said, you can use turkey meat, you can use pork, you can use whatever kind of meat you want in your greens, but I just prefer turkey in my greens. Now, the debate on this is, how green do you want your greens to be? Do you want them light green? If you do, then just go ahead and boil them until you like the color of it. But make sure that you taste your greens as you go. I am ready to add some red pepper flakes because this is going to give it a nice kick. So I'm going to go ahead and add about 1 tablespoon of red pepper flakes to my greens. Like I said, this is optional. If you don't want spicy greens, you do not have to. But let's get back to how green you want your greens. Some people want their greens to be chewy and a light green. If that's your case, after they boil for about 15 minutes, you can go ahead and put them to the side. I do add a pinch of sugar to my greens, and what this does is it just cuts the bitterness of the greens. If you like bitter greens, then you do not have to put sugar in it. This is totally optional, but sugar will cut the bitterness and make your greens taste very good. So go ahead now, like I said, you're going to boil these for about 15 minutes. If you do not want dark greens, some people in this household, we love dark greens. So we're going to let ours boil until we can see our greens dark. I'm going to go ahead and add maybe like a pinch of olive oil as well, just a little pinch. And then I'm going to let these go for about 20 minutes until I like the color of my greens. Once again, make sure you give your greens a taste to make sure the seasoning is to your liking. You can add more salt. You can add pepper if you like. I don't think we need pepper because I'm using red pepper flakes. But if that's what you want, go ahead and put more seasoning in. It is how you like it. I think I need a little bit more Goya seasoning, so I went on and put about a tablespoon more in there. And I'm going to go ahead and give this a good stir. Always, always taste your greens and make sure they are to your taste. Once your greens are the color you like and they taste the way you like, you're going to go ahead and you're going to put them on a very, very low simmer. Now, the low simmer will not change the color of your greens. So if you like light greens, just put them on the low simmer. If you like dark greens, after that, put them on the low simmer. And you can simmer your greens all day long. The longer you simmer your greens, the more tender they will get. So we like to put ours on low simmer and basically keep them on all day long. And basically, guys, that is it. Go ahead and plate your greens once they're done, and you have delicious southern mustard and turnip greens, nice and clean and delicious. I want to thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for me. Give me a big thumbs up and hit that notification bell so you can be alerted when I do post another video. I hope to see you guys in past, present, and future videos. Love you guys. Bye.